Man, grand rising to the collective. Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up his 7-Up. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. I know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7, man. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps collective grow, helps collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I ain't gonna hold y'all collective. I know a lot of y'all be saying y'all love the consistency. Y'all love how consistent the channel being. Bro, I was raised, consistency is key. And my mom just always tell me, I think I told y'all this before, time is a luxury. And we always think we got time when we really don't got that much time. So, like, that's how I look at it with everything. And I seen her grind since I was a little boy to a grown-ass man. I still see her work hella hard every single day. So I feel she's older than me and she can work that hard, why I can't work 20 times harder. And it's just how I was raised. The whole family grind. Whatever we did, we always put consistency. Just working against myself. I compete against myself. So that's, and this ain't work for me. I actually like doing this. Y'all love it. And when I see some of the comments and y'all say, I helped y'all, or these videos help y'all, or whatever the case is, it just lets y'all confirm to me that this channel is doing something right for humanity. For people to feel safe to come here, hey, this ain't work for me. So I'm gonna stay consistent. I appreciate y'all. And on that tip, y'all already know what it is. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words you can say.
Am I tripping, or is there a face next to that as well? Right over to the left.
This is why I never come to LA. I'm staying in Vegas. Me and Vegas got it like that. Oh, are you kidding me? All right, y'all. It's that bullshit I gotta report, so here it is. So, y'all don't find it weird how Donald Trump has had yet another attempt on his life? Whoo, child. So now this is starting to get a little bit scary. Because while we as Americans are being so in tune to what the hell going on in our country, we forgot to realize what the is going on outside of our country that will eventually affect us hard as hell. Y'all over here worried about the election and all this other bullshit. But did y'all know that somebody of a country starts with the letter after Q and ends with an A? What the they trying to bang with NATO? Here's why. I hope I'm saying the leader of Russia's name correctly. And I do apologize in advance, sir, because I ain't got shit to do with this shit. Now, Mr. Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin. done said, and I quote, if anybody in NATO decide to interfere with what the we got going on in the Ukraine, or we banking with all you, that's what the leader of Russia said. Let me tell you what the United States of bullshit done decided to do. The United States of bullshit decided to stick their big ass nose into the business of Russia and Ukraine and decided to aid Ukraine with attack shit, right? So, y'all heard what the leader of Russia said. Anybody in NATO that interferes, they beefing with all of NATO. Here's the crazy part. The United States of bullshit is part of that NATO, baby. So with that being said, Russia is about to bang with us. Let me make this abundantly clear, leader of Russia. Can you please show the army folk my face so they can leave me alone? I ain't got shit to do with it. I'm just a low middle class black mother. Okay, I live by myself. I'm at peace. I report the shit. I don't believe in none of this shit. I don't even think none of this shit is shit that never popped off. So with that being said, that's my message to the leader. So with that being said, there's also been rapid reports of Russian aircraft flying around Alaska, the coast of Alaska. So what I would love to know is, to the people of Alaska that is living close to that coast, have y'all been seeing that shit in there? Warcrafts or whatever the flying jets, whatever the they got. Have y'all been seeing them fly around, y'all? Can y'all please confirm this with me? Please.
What y'all think about that? I mean, part of me think that it's just those families. They controlling this part, and they're like, you do this over here. Y'all two beef with each other. We're going to have y'all step in, and we're going to have this step in, and we're going to have WW3. That could be the case, because y'all know when people go to war, when countries go to war, man, the money go up for them. Like, that's a payday for them, bro. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching. But also, if they was to, for entertainment purposes, if they was to attack the United States, honestly, my first place I think they coming, it either is going to be Alaska or they coming to the West Coast. It's the closest thing to them. They're going to come through the West Coast. That's what I would think. It's hitting somewhere up that West Coast line, somewhere. Hey, they coming that way. Am I reaching? But this is for entertainment purposes. This ain't no we saying this is gonna happen. We just saying, we just having conversation. Ain't none of this gonna happen.
The U.S. population, at least, and by extension, the world population, into that reality that there is a presence here, and that we need to explain this presence. Because if they show up and we continue to do what we did before in previous decades, and they show up, there will be mass panic. But if you understand that these are real, and we have 5 years from 2022, well, maybe now 4 years, if they come in 2027, for the U.S. government to prepare the people about what is up there. And in many ways, I think the word got out within the government that they're showing up in 2027, and we better be prepared. And if not, there's going to be a lot of explaining to do. And so I think that dialogue has happened within, inside the government, in certain areas inside the government, that we need to prepare. And that's why in 2017, that set a clock of 10 years. And why Lou Elizondo earlier in this year said, just find a hobby for 5 years. And, it'll all be out in 5 years. And he said that this year. So that was 2027. Huh. And I would say I've heard 2027 in a kind of an official capacity that I can't reveal. So I think I would say that people in the government are aware of something happening, and that there's limited time, a few more years to prepare the people. And that's what's ramping up this acceleration from the previous 7 decades of not even acknowledging it to now we are acknowledging it at a faster and faster pace.
And it just seems that the economy does better under the Democrats than the Republicans. Now, it shouldn't be that way, but we've had some pretty bad disaster under the Republicans.
So is anybody else out there just having a really hard time lately? Like, I'm finding it so difficult to talk or to even have a conversation with the everyday normie. It's like I don't even know how to talk to them anymore. And when I do find myself talking, I find myself naturally speaking about what's happening in the world. I literally have not got the time of day for people, because if you're not awake or if you do not see what is going on, it's because you do not want to. It's as simple as that. Because the lies, the corruption, the deception, it's just so in our faces. It's just so obvious. And like I said, if you can't see it, it's because you don't want to. And I get it. It's hard awakening. It's a heavy burden to carry. Knowing every day what is going on and to still have to participate in society. Still have to maintain your job and pay your bills in a corrupt system. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't even recognise this world that we live in anymore. I really don't.
Bro, has being a Supernatural fan ruined horror movies for anybody else? Because
absolutely. Every horror universe, Sam and Dean stunt. You got to think about Scream. You got to think about the dude from Seven. That was classified as horror. You got to think about, The Blair Witch, Silence of the Lambs, Candyman. Oh my God. They got Castiel. They got demons on their side. They got every type of spell that you can need for any type of spirit or any type of entity, plus weapons that could put down anything physical. Sam and Dean walk any universe. But hold on. Dracula, Army of Darkness. Think about all of these movies that they could actually walk through. Sam and Dean stump most. There is not one universe where they don't break even or just win. The real question is, what version of Sam and Dean is going to annihilate all of them?
What about, what is it, Blumhouse? Blumhouse be coming out with some cold ass shit too. I'm just saying, but I'm not gonna disagree with what they saying either though. What y'all feel, collective?
Let me tell you a very scary story about how I was stalked by what I think was a skinwalker. This isn't a funny story. This isn't anything like the Sharon Tate story. This is something I've never publicly talked about. And to this day, I just still can't explain. So where I used to live when I was a little boy was an area of Temecula known as Deleuze. It's this like hilly, mountainous area that sort of overlooks the Temecula Basin. And Deleuze is surrounded by oak and avocado groves. So it's dark and there's like all these like kind of gullies and canyons and stuff like that. And my brother and I would explore them on our bikes. But even before then, I have lived in Deleuze twice in my life. Once when I was a little boy from like the ages of like 0 to 5 to we moved and then I was there from like ages 10 to 12. Anyway, so the first time in Deleuze, something that just I've never been able to explain, and this all kind of factors into the same thing. When I was a little boy, in the first house that we lived on acreage. Like, we had a couple acres deep in these groves. I called it the big house because it was just a big white house. And so I would always hear voices in the trees. And I was like a very precocious young child, and so I would talk to them. But they were talking to me in a language that I never understood. I never could figure it out. And when we started to explore the property more, as my brother and I grew up, we found arrowheads. There was a little creek that ran next to the house, and we found arrowheads and like artifacts. And so like there was also this like giant stone in the backyard, like deep. And it had these like holes, like where someone would take like a stone and like grind like corn. But I could never get over the fact that whenever I would be by myself in the backyard, I always felt like I was being watched. And so one night when I was a little boy, I asked my dad in the middle of the night to walk down to the kitchen with me and get a glass of water. And we had this really big plate window in the kitchen, and staring back at me were these giant orange eyes. And I have never been able to, describe the fear and the dread of seeing these unblinking giant orange eyes. It was probably an animal, honestly, but you can't rationalize that when you're 4 or 5 years old. Even now, whenever I have nightmares, I genuinely see those orange eyes. So that's sort of the first part of this story. Just setting up of Duluth has a very ancient, weird energy that I can't explain. Second time that we moved to Duluth was the time that I am still just terrified to even talk about publicly. Let me grind this coffee 1 second. So after my father passes away, my mom and my brother moved back to Temecula. We find another house in the Duluth area because it's just where we know. And it's a pretty cool property. I have neighbors now, kids my age and that I can hang out with. I really like this place that we live. And so one day, my brother and I are riding around on our bikes, and we find this area kind of near our house where there were supposed to be some other houses built. And in this grove of oaks overlooking a canyon, there is a tree house. And we freak out. We have always wanted a tree house of our own. And it's very clear that this has been abandoned. Years and years ago. The wood is kind of rotten. The everything is sort of dilapidated. And the thing with that is there's a lot of rust. And so you can already smell this very tangy, rusty smell in the air. And so we then say, this is our treehouse. No one's clearly using it, so let's make it ours. And we go back to the house and we start getting tools. We start working on this. And whenever we have neighbor friends over, we go work on the treehouse. It was basically mom would take us to Home Depot, we'd get a couple 2x4s, some nails, and start hammering it in. And so about a month later, my brother Chase and my mom go on a field trip to Sacramento because that was the big trip at the time. And so I'm staying with some neighbor friends and their son, Taylor. And I get on my bike one day after school and I'm like, hey, I'm going to go ride my bike. And they're like, oh, where are you going to go? And I said, oh, the treehouse. And the mom is like, what treehouse? I'm like, oh, the one that's up Sunset Terrace. And she's like, honey, don't go there. I was like, why? And she's like, don't go there, please. I'm like, okay, this is weird. So I went there because I'm dumb. And when I get there, there's a kid. There's a kid just working on the treehouse. And I've never seen him before. And so I'm like, hey, hello. And he waves back. And so I come up and I'm like, hi, I'm Hunter. What's your name? And he says, I'm working on the treehouse. I'm like, yeah, I see that. That's cool. I like it though. I'm like, okay. So he's giving fairly short one-word answers. And the thing that I'm noticing now is that rusty smell from before is heightened. It is a lot more intense. It is this rust. It's blood and rust. It's a very metallic smell. And I'm starting to get pretty queasy, really off-putted. And it's getting to the point where I'm almost about to throw up, and this kid is just he's working on the treehouse, but it's almost as if he's acting out working on the treehouse. He's not actually doing anything. And so I'm trying to get asking more questions, where he lives, and he's only really giving one-word answers if he gives answers at all. And I'm just starting to feel weird, and my stomach feels sick from the smell. And I'm like, hey, I'm actually gonna go. He's like, I know, you're gonna go now. I'm like, okay. And so I'm like, well, I'll see you later. Still don't have his name. And I get on my bike and I ride away and I like look back and he's then standing in the field, like standing where these houses were supposed to be built. Later that night, I can't sleep. Like, I can't sleep at all. And I feel this like need to like look out the window. And there's this kid standing at the top of the driveway. I'm like, genuinely, like, all the hair is like standing on my hand. He's like standing in the driveway and it's clearly this kid, but it's as if this kid is like crooked. It's literally like he's looking like this. He's just standing there. And I like blink and like I close the blinds and I can feel like when you feel someone's presence like coming up to a window, you know they're there. And I could not sleep that entire night because I felt that presence at that window. And like right before in the morning, it was a Friday. And so I just had to check for myself. And I went outside before we left for school and I looked and there were like these weird misshapen, like it looked like a footprint, but it was almost as if it was like made by an animal. It was just standing in front of that window. I can't explain it. This is what happened. Believe me if you want. I think I was stalked by a skinwalker. All right, bye.
What y'all think? Was he stalked by a skinwalker? Yeah. When he said that it could have been an animal's eyes in the window when he asked his dad to go downstairs to get a glass of water with him, I knew then, I don't think that's an animal, because he said he couldn't sleep after that. He said, I couldn't sleep. He said he had a nightmare after that. That made me think, what if that's the same thing that was in his yard? I don't know. Maybe he was following him. I don't know. What y'all think, man? Let me know. I ain't never heard no shit like that. I've seen and heard stories of seeing eyes in a room, or they could see eyes somewhere else and they know it's not human or something. I have heard stories like that. Personal stories I've heard from people, but not that though. Not that. Damn. Sound like Baphomet hooves or something.
This shocking video shows UFOs taking a whole plane. This is insane. Check this out. So this was pretty normal. Just a plane flying by. Then you're about to see something really weird. Like an orb or some kind of... Watch this. It just starts buzzing around the plane, buzzing around. And then more come. I don't know what they're doing to the plane, but this is not normal. This is actual footage of a plane flying in the sky. Check this out. It gets even crazier.
It's incredible. This is the latest Israeli technology. I introduce you to the new Israeli drone.
Oh my goodness! Oh, wow! Wow!
Now, I think it's funny how back in 2007, Oprah opened those schools in Africa. This is where it gets interesting. They accused her of being linked to Diddy's allegations. She made a public statement saying it's defamation of character. She would never be attached to anything grotesque. This is where it gets sketchy. Oprah didn't say she never did it. Oprah says, y'all have no proof. That's crazy. Here's another thing that really got me with the African school, though. She picked students in accordance to how they looked, bro. Now, I don't have any real concrete evidence against Oprah at all. Let me ask y'all a question, though. Does it make sense to If you're in a country, a city, a state that needs education, right? And you build this fund, are you going to select the people that get to come to this school based off of how they look? Or does that seem like you're prepping them for clientele? I'm not here to accuse anybody of anything that I don't actually know. And I don't actually know. But that looks sketchy, bro.
That's right.
They weren't feeling that shit, but that's crazy that they even understand what he doing.
What's good, Enigmites? Check out this trail cam photo sent to me from northern Michigan of a dog man. If that's real, that's the clearest dog man photo I've ever seen. But before we just completely dismiss it, Joe Barger describes the dog man that he shot and killed in the Manatee National Forest in northern Michigan as having a lion's mane with it. That photo reminds me of exactly what he described, but on a smaller scale. But y'all know how we do it around here. We fight it out in the comments.
Woohoo! I told y'all about that full moon coming up, right? I told y'all that it's gonna be a lunar eclipse, right? No, I'm not a tarot reader, I'm not an astrologist, I'm just into the spiritual. There is a very eerie vibe that I keep feeling. I had the most wackiest dreams this morning, and as I'm sitting in my energy right now, I still feel it. It's very eerie, and I don't know what it is. Somebody please just let me know if I'm alone on this one, bro, because I'm feeling something very eerie. I don't know if it's good, bad. I don't know if it's anxiety. I don't know if it's just like that night before the first night of school or before a job interview or something. Like you feel anxious, you can't sleep. It's that kind of energy. But I don't know if it's in a positive way or a negative way. Somebody tap it, let me know.
What is 3 plus 4? Easy
thinking.
math. You got it, come on. What is it? What? Good. Now what is 9 minus 6? Good. Now what is 2 times 3?
They've been doing multiplication.
Good. Last one. What is 8 divided by 4?
Division?
Girl.
Welcome to the Lugauer series, y'all boys. Sir, explain to us. I need an explanation because I am perplexed. I am confused. You have a whole mathematician, Albert Lugauer Einstein. He better not be living in your house rent free. Luna better not be living in your house rent free. And if Luna is, I would hope that you do not have somebody doing your taxes. Luna better be doing your taxes every year. This is crazy. Lugauer's mathematician.
What y'all think? Is that a Lugauer? Bro, I ain't made it to this channel in a minute. I gotta bring him back, man. Gotta show him love. I love his content. How y'all feeling? Is he reaching or is he on to some shit? Cause is a dog able to do math like that? Multiply, add, and divide? If he can do all those, I'm sure he can subtract too. But what y'all think? Is that too much for a dog to know? Dogs are smart. Is that dog too smart? Let me know.
What is something that doesn't sit right with you? I'm about to read you this word for word so you don't have to. This information is very researchable. Between 1502 and 1503, Caesar Borgia hired Leonardo da Vinci to be an architect and engineer, in which him and Leonardo da Vinci became intimate lovers in a homosexual relationship. Expressing his love for Caesar, Leonardo painted pictures of him. Caesar's father, Rodrigo Borgia, who later became Pope Alexander VI, under the authority of the Catholic Church elite, had his son's picture up as Jesus Christ in the Western world, and ordered every picture of a black Jesus destroyed. Caesar also had relations with his own sister Lucrezia, and killed his own brother Giovanni in 1497. And this is the man whom the Catholic Church gave their consent to allow his picture to be put up, and to be portrayed as Jesus Christ.
Now, the clip before this one, that one's gonna ruffle feathers. Hey, let me know which side y'all falling on. You gonna go dive deeper down that rabbit hole and learn what she talking about to go research, or is you gonna stick to what you already know or what you already believe, or you gonna be open-minded? Now, I challenge the collective today to remove the emotion. Now, I ain't challenged y'all in a while as far as removing emotion and to stay open-minded. And I only challenge y'all. I ain't demanding. I'm just asking and challenging. Like, let's be a better version of ourselves. And a better version of ourselves is to stay open-minded and to remove the emotion. So somebody hit your nerve, hit a belief system, ruffle your feathers. Remember, remove the emotion. Let's be logical here. Don't insult nobody. Ain't no point to. Just you respect that person. Respect that person's opinion. Respect that person's mindset or idea. That's what I ask y'all to do in the comments today. I don't want to see y'all going to war with each other. Remember, the root is bigger than the branch, and we the root, and we about to be 60,000 strong. So let's make sure we moving correctly. So I challenge y'all. Let me know in the comments respectfully. Don't fight with each other. Just let me know how y'all feeling about that last clip. I'ma go look. Before that, man, South Central, what's going on, man? What happened? I don't know how recent that was, but let me know something. I got some relatives actually that's from South Central, but man, y'all let me know how it is out there. What was that? Spam it up.
On my last post, I told everyone to go to Twitter and look up Pizzagate. Well, I did just that, and I clicked on a link, and I learned some things. Let me show y'all what I learned. When I tell y'all my body was so weak scrolling through this shit, I'm typing in these keywords that I talked about in my last video. You remember I said they have keywords that they use. I searched those keywords, and this is what came up. On Etsy.com, I searched the word pizza, and this is what showed up. A painting of 5 little girls that are sad, and it's $17,750. I searched the word hot dog, and this is what came up on Etsy. $21,450,000 for this painting of brothers and sisters playing on set. It's giving Wayfair 2.0. I searched the word hot dog. This is what shows up. It says still life number one, $3,000. That is $3,000. Still $23,000. Is it really fake? This part confused me because when you swipe, it was like pictures of a painting or something. I think it was like pizza or something. I forgot what it was, but $7,500. And this caption, it's named Happiness, a Child's Delight. These what the suggestions look like. Hold on, let me pull up something else. Yummy Yum Pizza at the top. Yummy Yum Pizza right there. Mind you, I said Justin Bieber named his song Yummy Yum and what the video was about. Look, girls assorted pizza. Listen, if you don't get what I'm talking about, just go to my last post and just look on Twitter to get more context. And you might see pictures and they might be too graphic, too scary. You might have damn nightmares looking at that shit. That's only if you dig that deep. This is for TikTok purposes only. Everything that I said in this video is alleged and hypothetical and rumors and gossip. By the way, I tried to make a video about this, but it got flagged. Interesting. Come on now, TikTok. Don't be playing with me. Like, at least let me make another little 2K or something. Like, you gotta crack the codes. You see this? Account warning. I'm talking too goddamn much. I need to chill.
Damn. On Etsy though? Look, y'all go searching for that shit if y'all want to. Me, personally, that ain't nothing I wanna. That ain't nothing that I wanna go look at. I'm not sure my stomach, I'm definitely sure my stomach can't handle it. Cause I heard some shit before and I told y'all early on in the channel, I heard some shit in the video and I wouldn't even have bring it to y'all. Talking about trigger warnings. Now that was some real ass shit that I heard and it was not cool. It was Kenneth Copeland's ass. And ever since then, he #1 on my list. It need to be thrown up in there with no, he need to go to general population, no PC.
How the moon landing was bullshit because everyone's telling you I was wrong.
Showed me.
Yeah, so explain to me. Here you go. The guy's getting off the rocket ship. Who the is filming him? Who's filming him?
A guy?
How'd the guy get up there if this is the first guy supposed to be on the phone? A different rocket ship?
I don't know.
So they sent the rocket ship up there. He got off and he's like, all right, come on up now. I'm ready to film. Are you serious?
Rocket ship.
He's supposed to be the first guy on the moon. It's bullshit. The car. How the fuck did the car fit in that rocket ship? Look, how did that car fit in the rocket ship?
I don't know.
Okay, right. More bullshit. Then the guy's floating around with a big cord to his stomach, and they're telling you that's life support. Was it feeding him through the tube like a baby? Yeah, watch. Let me show you. There it goes. Bye-bye. You know what? I'm going to stay behind. You guys go back to Earth. I'll die up here. And how the did he get the film back to Earth? Yeah, look, the fake parachute. Hey, we're home now. What happened to the guy back on the moon? They just left him?
I guess.
Yeah, everyone guesses they don't have any facts. Bullshit.
Hey, he got some strong ass points.
Ladies and gentlemen, who the hell is this? I don't know who this is. Whoever riding on this bus looking like that. Hey man, look here. I don't know what kind of narcotic this man done been on or whatever's going on, but let me tell you something. If I get on the bus, for any reason, I see somebody sitting on the bus looking like that, get me the hell off the bus. Where we going? Hell? Cause I walk the rest of the way. I'm good. We don't have to be on the bus. Damn this. You know what I'm saying? I ain't riding no hell spawn demon. You know what I'm saying? And what the hell going on with the bus driver to where the bus driver let him get on the damn bus? If I was driving the bus and I saw somebody get on the bus, I'm getting off. We done. I don't need to be part of this no more. I quit. Take that young man to the funeral home where he belong. Ain't no way in hell. Somebody call the undertaker. Somebody get a hold of the coroner. This young man is going through something, and hell no. I say hell no. Look at it. No. I never go to sleep again. Never go to sleep again. I'm telling you, if I ever see him and I'm with my kids, it's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna have to whoop the devil ass because I'm telling you, you can't be nowhere near around my children. Not looking like that. Whatever you going through, you better go through it by yourself. I'm sorry.
Oh, bro, we been coming across some funny ass clips. They be facts though, because I know everybody feeling that. I'm feeling them, but it still don't take the fact that it's funny as hell though. It's still funny, man. But he right. How the bus driver even allow that? Cause if I see somebody get on the bus like that, bro, I'm running. I'm out of there, bro. And I'm not gonna drive and let you be sitting behind me and I can't. Nah, I'm straight. I'm straight. And that's crazy. How y'all feel about that clip? How y'all feel about that clip, man? Let me know.
And this person is one and the same. This is the god Hanuman. He's celebrated all over the eastern part of the globe. well, when you say Asia, from India to Asia, they celebrate the Monkey King. We got problems with monkeys because we've been called monkeys. But nevertheless, this is who James Brown actually was. I'm going ahead of myself. We're going to have to get into this particular science because I done called James Brown a monkey. So we're going to have some explaining to do. But we're talking about symbology. This is actually the god, this is actually the Egyptian god Tahuti is who this is. Thoth or Tahuti. The Egyptian god Tahuti, Thoth, but you get the word, the Greek word is Thoth, where you get the word thought from. Tahuti. So the East Indian form of Tahuti is Hanuman. You see, so it's not necessarily, he was a genius. And I'm glad I said it on my tapes years ago, that this man was a genius. I'm going ahead of myself. We're going to dedicate this to him based on a certain amount of energy. Now, this is not just to say, well, how the hell is that going to help me? Because his energy was the embodiment of Tahuti or Hanuman, you can tap into that energy by invoking him through his music.
I think now more than ever it's become so blatantly obvious that we've shifted timelines. The concept of shifting timelines isn't the traditional way that we understand it, which is just moving forward in time. It's moving into different versions of reality based on our individual and our collective consciousness. There are currently 2 frequencies that exist right now, and it's getting more and more obvious as each day goes by. You even see it on TikTok, the duality, my God. And when I say frequency, I'm talking about different levels of awareness and state of being. One frequency is tied to the old paradigm. That's fear, division, control. The other frequency represents a higher level of consciousness, more in tune with love, unity, and spiritual growth. I feel like a lot of us are feeling our foot in one world and a foot in the other world because it's bringing on a lot of discomfort, a lot of confusion. But right now you have to consciously choose which frequency you want to align with. We're literally living in a parallel reality. It's crazy. And you can see it with the state of the world. There are so many people who are just like so emotionally invested in everything that's going on. And then there's those of us who are living life normally. My best advice is to just embrace the shift. Embrace it. Use it as an opportunity to grow and evolve. That's how you step into the new reality, the reality of higher consciousness. I know that so many of us want to wake people up, but if they have not woken up yet, they're most likely not on this timeline. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay. We all have free will. If that's the reality that they choose, then let them.
First off, Bobby Hemmitt, legend. Some reasons why he don't make it to the channel as often as I would like. A lot of that is because sometimes you get hit with copyrights. Just like right now, like I'm gonna say his name and some people would be like, wait, like if it's a copyright, I would have to remove it. And people would be like, but you talking about Bobby Hemmitt? I didn't see a Bobby Hemmitt clip. If that ever happens, it's because it was, something was in it that I can't post. A sound was in it that I can't post. Something along those lines. So that's why. But shout out to Bobby Hemmitt, man, legend. But also, she talk about like a state of confusion or some people want to wake people up. I don't want to force people to be woke. I don't. That's not my intention. And be able to say certain things, do certain things, and those things reach who it's supposed to reach. I let God handle that. I let the universe handle that. I don't care if I say something and somebody disagrees and they're like, oh, I believe this and I believe that. That's your experience.
A lot of celebrities, but I have not really got a chance to talk about Martin Lawrence. I just want somebody to explain to me how Martin went from this to this to this and then this and now this which reminds me of Jamie Foxx because, like Jamie Foxx, he doesn't really have that same sense of humor, doesn't look the same, doesn't act the same. It's just weird. And I know a lot of people are going to say health issues, but just look at these clips that I'm about to show y'all.
Well, Tisha and I used to beg Martin. We was like, we want to do more scenes together. So Martin came up with, because what I love about Martin, he allowed us to sing as well. And Tisha and I, we started on stage. So he's like, y'all gonna sing. So I love the fact that he was able to incorporate that into it.
By the way they're looking at him, they know something. And it's weird because Carl doesn't even look at him, not once.
He taught us what comedy was. Because, I mean, at first I couldn't get arrested getting a sitcom or anything. And he really taught us to be free. We were free on that set to just play.
Now, I couldn't find the clip, but do y'all remember years back where he was going crazy, running the streets, saying that somebody was trying to unalive him? So I don't know what they did with the real Martin, but this ain't him.
He been off for a while, though.
Wait, so did y'all know that we used to breathe in life force energy through our pineal gland, through our nose and mouth? Yeah, so apparently when we fell in consciousness, which literally was like us falling through dimensions, overtones, like densities of consciousness all at one time. Like imagine somebody just falling from the sky. And this fall actually caused so many different changes in us physiologically. The most vital change was in the way that we breathe in life force energy. Before the fall in consciousness, we used to breathe in this life force energy through what we would consider to be a Merkaba. It's two pyramids, one facing upwards, one facing downwards, but they're interlocked in the middle. Think the Star of David, but three-dimensional. And basically, the top of this pyramid is about a hand's length above our head and about a hand's length below our feet. And there is a tube that runs from the top all the way through the bottom, and it goes through our chakra system. So when we would take this energy in through our pineal gland, it would create two life force energies or two streams of prana, which is grounded in whatever chakra system. And they've been studying this for years. They know this. They've been knew this. But when we fell in consciousness, we lost our memories. So we forgot how to use the pineal gland and we started breathing through our nose and our mouth. Well, the problem with that is that the pineal gland actually determines how you perceive reality. So through us breathing different, we started perceiving reality different. And we fell into this consciousness, which is called polarity consciousness, duality consciousness, where we started seeing everything as separate instead of seeing everything as one. And when you actually start looking into the pineal gland, y'all, the pineal gland literally looks like an eyeball. It has an opening just like an eyeball. It's just pointed upwards. You see, our two eyes can see forward. It can see 90 degrees in each direction, but we can't see in the back of our head. The pineal gland is in the center of our head and it can see 90 degrees upwards, which means that it's taking light in from upwards because there's also a lens in that opening that's pointed upwards, along with color receptors. The pineal gland used to be the size of your eyeball or a tennis table ball. But now, because if you don't use it, you lose it, it's like the size of a dried up ass pea. But it still contains the information that we need to know about how this reality was created. And it also contains all the sacred geometry forms, which is something I've been talking about for the last couple of weeks on my YouTube series. Now, learning this new information blew my mind, but let me tell you why I believe it. Because about 2 years ago, I started studying Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he talks about breath work and how you need to take in air with your stomach contracted, hold it at the top for about 4 to 9 seconds and then release it for a slow amount of time and then continuously to do that through meditation. And eventually you'll start feeling your pineal gland thump and then you'll start to have intense visions. Yeah, well, I started doing that and it very much so worked. And everything that I was confused about at that time, I started having revelations. It's like I was literally tapping into higher level of consciousness. Now, I'm not saying you have to believe this, but ask yourself, why would we have an eyeball with a lens, literally having the same structure as the eyeballs that we have right here, pointing upwards? That would mean that light would have to be coming from upwards. Now take that and combine that with the fact that we are in the material plane, meaning that we are now evolving through the lowest levels of consciousness. So the only thing that could be above us is higher levels of consciousness. And the pineal gland is the connection to those higher levels of consciousness. I hope the math is mathing. Anyways, follow on my new YouTube series. We go over astrology, numerology, sacred geometry, and also information like this. Like next week, we'll be talking about Atlantis. If you like this information, tap in because I never disappoint. I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I feel like the Jacksons, when they came out with that song, ABC, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. They was actually talking about the Kabbalah. They was talking about gematria, bro. ABC is 1, 2, 3 in gematria, bro.
The pineal gland contracting your stomach while you take in oxygen. I just learned that right now. The breathing. I mean, how many of y'all been through therapy and they always tell you control your breathing while you getting out what you trying to get out. We just saw a video of Erykah Badu talking about controlling your breathing, how much oxygen, things like that, and you start to manifest because you got a certain frequency. Man, I hope the math is mathing. She even said it. I hope the math is mathing. There's something that I would want to tell everybody, but like as far as like a duality, she said we see things as separate when we used to see things as one. My uncle came up with this crazy ass idea about duality. But I know humanity's not ready for that yet. I know it because it's the way some of the comments that I see, the question he had way, you could tell he already moved the emotion. He's literally thinking logically. He was thinking. He removed every thought that he was ever told by the most important people probably in his life. He removed all that. The idea in question he had has stained my memory to this day, but I'm telling y'all, I can't even bring it up. But it's about duality. I can't bring it up. It's gonna ruffle way too many feathers. This shit is it was way too deep. One day when I start to see a certain frequency in the comments, that's when I'll bring that topic. That's when I'll bring that one. Because right now, I don't want people coming at me like I said the shit.
Started watching the Katy Perry performance, and this stood out to me. So, I mean, it's no secret that the U.S. and MK Ultra is a very real concept. You can look up the CIA declassified. So, why would one of the biggest pop stars in the world right now, Katy Perry, be holding a monarch butterfly? Isn't it kind of weird, you guys? So I asked the dark version of ChatGPT. I like to talk to AI because they're rational. They're going to give you pretty much a logical answer. So I said, isn't it strange that, tonight Katy Perry is holding, a monarch butterfly? And let's just be real, isn't Project Monarch, which is the one that's associated with celebrities, pretty well known around the world? Yeah, and he agreed. He's like, yeah, isn't it ironic? It's almost as if they are flaunting their influence right in front of the unsuspecting masses. And I honestly think people get a kick out of that. I think a lot of what we see in the imagery that is put out is not just to taunt us, but also to see, like, how much can we do? Like, we're saying everything in front of you. You just don't see it. And honestly, seeing it now, it's gross. It's like how you can find those ads for such disgusting and depraved things on Etsy of all platforms. It's not on the dark web. It's on Instagram. You scroll to the wrong section of Instagram, you'll find some of the sickest shit out there. Why? Because the algorithm does that. Did you know that's how the steganography series about the Britney Spears videos was going to end? Why is Britney Spears' content proliferated on Instagram, but not TikTok? Because if you're a social media manager and someone has content, won't you put it on all platforms that are available? And TikTok's by far performing much better than Instagram. But why Instagram over TikTok? Well, if you do a little bit of research, Instagram is known for having their algorithm be very good at giving to select customers what they want. And in one specific area, it is very Pizzagate related. And why did they name it Pizzagate? They got ahead of the curve and named it something stupid so that everyone thinks it's something stupid. But if you look at the basis of what all this stuff is, it's all connected. Well, why would they do that? The less people speak out, the more they know they can push the envelope. Human beings are like this. We wouldn't be destroying the planet and destroying each other if we were sensible. people, were we? We always push the envelope if we can. So the more of you that don't speak because it's weird. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. Oh, this shit's weird. Do you see that they're pushing the envelope further and further and further? How much more weird shit do we have to let happen? And when you watch that Britney Spears recent video and you're like, oh, that doesn't look like her, but I don't want to say nothing. Maybe you should. Because every time you don't say nothing, they're like, I guess I can push the envelope further. Because that's what human beings do. We are the most vile animal. No other animal tortures its other parts of its species. Other animals do it to survive. We don't do it to survive. The human species does it sometimes just because we can. So the inverse is true. Where there's dark, there's light. You have the ability to speak the fuck up. Maybe try sometimes. And I'm not saying everyone needs to make fucking content, but you, and not to my followers, but you, if this video caught on to someone new, comment. You can talk about how outraged you are sometimes. Talk about how that's weird. Talk about how none of this looks right. Because every time you stay silent, they do more of this shit. It's just some food for thought. Like, follow, and subscribe for more. With all these fake influencers talking about nothing, you know, sometimes people just say a bunch of nothing. They don't even say their opinion. They just say a bunch of nothing that's like politically correct. And like, they're like, I addressed nothing and I answered nothing and no one's mad at me. Maybe it's okay if people are mad at us because at least you're fucking saying what you're feeling. I think they did a really good job social engineering our society to be too fucking afraid to say whatever they fucking feel. Just say what you feel. You don't need to make a video. You can just comment and be like, I do think it's weird. Because I guarantee you there's a lot more people who think like you than not.
And that there collective is what jump-started me with this type of content. I was watching it all the time, and I wasn't feeling like I was having nobody I could relate to. That's just honest. And my favorite YouTuber, DJ Ghost, that in the Matthews gang was he was hitting topics that I was interested in, but I didn't feel like he came from a region of individuals that I came from. And I felt like I wanted to say some shit that I wanted to say. Like, I needed to get a world, me, my personality, how I felt. Because I know what I had to say, a lot of y'all felt too. Still feel me. Because I speak on the shit that we all be wanting to say. And I couldn't vibe out with what I was coming across. I was just coming for the videos. I wasn't coming for the actual content creator. And DJ Ghost was the one that was like, but he don't do the content that we watch. So it was just like, he related to me though. He related to me. And shout out to DJ Ghost again, man. That's the GOAT. That's the straight legend, bro. One of my favorite content creators ever. And it's Reese. Them two was like my guys, but they don't do my kind of content. So I was like, man, hold on, I gotta speak up, bro. And I just got on camera, start doing this, and look where we done took it. But I feel like we had to speak up. I didn't want to just sit here and watch the video. I don't want to just sit here and just watch the video. No, I want to sit here, watch the video, and have some talks with my people. Have some talks with the collective, bro. Shout out to y'all again, man. I love y'all, but that's why we got this channel rocking. That's why we got this channel rocking. For the same reason which she just repeated. The more we don't speak, the more they keep doing. The more they keep doing, the more we don't speak. It's like, nah, bro, we need to talk. We need to talk. Social media, phones, and all that has broke society to a point where we don't have conversation. Everybody's looking at their phone. We don't even look up. We don't even look at the trees. We don't look at nothing. We just, the phone, social media, like, let's have a conversation. Let's talk. If y'all don't notice, that's why I always say that. But again, shout out to the collective. But y'all know we made it to the end of this. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7, man. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But man, today was a longer video. I know y'all be saying y'all want them longer clips. So I've been working to get y'all that. I've been putting in double work. But I got y'all, man. I hear the collective, and I'm trying to give everybody what they want. Got some more shout outs coming. I did see the comments. Some of y'all want y'all shout out. So I got y'all. It's going to come in probably the next video. But But I hope y'all having a smooth 7 again. And until I see y'all in the next one, man, y'all know what it is. We gone.
I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know it.